Hi, hello everybody. Today I'm creating a new video and this is Unit 1, the sentence. I know you're really experts at it and you probably know it so very well because you've been learning about sentences right from grade 1 and now you're in grade 5 and you're supposed to be an expert in sentences, which I'm sure you are. But it's always good to revise the unit no matter what. So let's start with Unit 1, the sentence. And children, later on I'll put it in on YouTube. I'll just put it in a playlist where I'll put it from the beginning, all the units and the order in which you should watch the units. Okay, so this is your first unit, Unit 1, the sentence. Okay, so you all know what a sentence is. When you talk, you're always talking in sentences. Okay, sometimes you talk in complete sentences, sometimes you talk in sentences which are not complete. Like, for example, I've heard, and it's supposed to be a fact, that sometimes where twins are concerned, sometimes a twin starts talking and the other twin completes the sentence because they're so tuned to each other. And sometimes it happens at home also. You may ask your mom, Mom, where did you put my t-shirt? And she'll say something like, in the cupboard. She may not say your t-shirt is in the cupboard. She'll just say in the cupboard. Okay, and sometimes among very close friends also they complete their sentences for each other, but doesn't mean that what each one is saying is a complete sentence. Okay, complete sentences is when a complete thought is expressed, or when the words which form a sentence make complete sense when they are put together. Okay, so basically a sentence is a group of words that make complete sense, or when they express a complete thought. Okay, so I'm going to start presenting now. Okay, all right, so here we are with the sentence. Okay, so like I said, a sentence is a group of words that make complete sense. It has a subject in it, it has a verb in it, it starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. Now let's go through these rules of sentences by using examples, like I always do, because the more examples that you have, the more sentences you read, or the words you read, or the verbs you read, the better your vocabulary gets and your grammatical expertise or skill improves each time. Okay, so again, a sentence is a group of words, okay, that make complete sense, or a sentence is a group of words that express a complete thought. It starts with a capital letter, which means the first word of the sentence starts with a capital letter, and the last word of the sentence, after that, you have to put a full stop or a period. In British English, we say full stop, and in American English, we say period. Okay, so these are the two words which differ in two different countries. All right, so now examples of complete sentences. Okay, basically the perfect sentences. So the boy plays football. Now, like I told you, usually a sentence has a subject, a verb in it, a subject and a verb. Okay, you can make short sentences also. For example, the boy plays football, but let's make it even shorter. Okay, the boy plays. You can put a full stop even after the verb plays, because there you have it. You already have a sentence. The doer of the action is there. The action which is done is there. The doer of the action is the boy. The action is plays. So you already have a sentence. Usually we, after the verb, we'll add more to give more words to give more information in the sentence. So in this case, the more information that we have added, information we have added is football. Okay. So the boy, the doer of the action, or the subject, plays, which is the action or the verb, football. Okay, so the sentence makes complete sense. All right, even before you added football, it made complete sense, but now we've added football, we put a full stop, it makes complete sense, and it has a subject, it has a verb in it. Okay, the kittens drank milk. Now, what is the subject of the sentence? The doer of the action of drinking milk are the kittens. It's the subject. What's the verb? Drank. Okay. So the kittens drank the milk, full stop. It's a complete thought. It's a complete sentence and it makes complete sense. Starts with a capital letter, the, starts with a capital T, and the sentence ends in a full stop after milk. Okay. We wrote our exams well. Now, children, the subject doesn't necessarily only have to be a noun. It can be a pronoun because a pronoun takes the place of a noun. Okay. So now in this case, we, which is basically first person plural in pronouns. Okay. So we wrote our exams well. We, the doer of the action, me and myself, somebody else. Action is wrote our exams well. So we starts with a capital W, wrote our exams well, full stop. We is the subject, wrote is the verb, makes complete sense. It is a sentence, okay? Leah and Ria rode horses. Now, before the verb, okay, for the doer of the action, you can add so many things. For example, Leah and Ria, two people. I can say Leah and her 100 friends. Leah, Ria, Mary, Janie, Francesca, and Angelica rode horses. Okay. So whatever comes before the verb, like Leah wearing a beautiful blue dress, rode a horse. Okay. So anything before the verb is the subject usually. Okay. So in this case, Leah and Ria are the subject, is the subject. The verb is rode. Okay. So we have a complete thought or a complete sentence. So Leah starts with a capital letter. Anyway, it's a proper noun. After horses, you put a full stop. Okay. They climbed a tree. They is a pronoun subject. Climbed is the verb. It's a complete thought. They climbed the tree, full stop. She and her sister traveled. Now, she and her sister traveled, full stop. Complete sense. It's got a subject, it's got a verb. Now, we can always, like I told you, add more information. For example, she and her sister traveled to Russia. She and her sister traveled to, let's say, the Andaman Islands. Okay, so you can add more information to after the verb. Okay, all right. So subject is she and her sister. The verb is traveled. It is a complete thought. It's a complete sentence, and you start she with a capital letter S, and you put a full stop after traveled. You understood the lesson. You are the subject or the doer of the action of being understanding something. Understood is the verb, the lesson, full stop. So now I have a whole lot of sentences, okay, which is just for you to look at and to understand what a sentence is, and to never ever forget what a sentence is, what are the rules of a sentence. A sentence is a group of words that express a complete thought or make complete sense. The sentence always, the first word of the sentence starts with a capital letter, and the last word of the sentence has a full stop after it, right? It has a subject in it, it has a verb in it as well. Okay, so look at this. She and her sister traveled. Okay, she and her sister are the subject of the sentence, traveled is the verb. You understood the lesson. You is the subject, understood is the verb. People love movies. People is the subject, love is the verb, movies, full stop, complete thought. He flew the plane. He starts with a capital letter. After plane is a full stop. Flew is the verb. So there's a subject, there's a verb. It's a complete sentence. They escaped, even though there are only two words. They, subject, escaped, verb. Complete thought, full stop. It's a complete sentence. She and her son play tennis. She and her son is the subject, play is the verb, and after tennis you put a full stop. Everyone felt hungry. Everyone is the subject, felt is the verb, okay, and after hungry you put a full stop. Okay, so what did we learn so far? We learned that a sentence makes complete sense and expresses a complete thought. Okay, you got that? You bet you did. We also learned that a sentence always begins with a capital letter. The first word of the sentence begins with a capital letter, and the sentence always ends with a full stop. Okay, that's the second rule of a sentence. So we learned that the subject has to be there, okay, and you have to have a verb in the sentence, okay. So the subject is the doer of the action, and the verb is the action that has been performed by the subject, okay. So let's talk about these three rules. A sentence is a group of words that express a complete thought or make complete sense, okay. A subject always starts, the sentence always starts, the first word will start with a capital letter and the sentence ends with a full stop. Third, a sentence has a subject and a verb in it. Okay, so these are the three rules regarding sentences. So now we've learned about a group of words that make complete sense. What about a group of words that don't make complete sense and do not express a complete thought? Certain things are missing. Now, you know that a subject is important in a sentence. You know that the verb is important in a in a sentence. But what happens when either the subject or the verb is missing? Okay, do we still call it a sentence? Let's find out. Okay, so look at these group of words. Okay, ate a mango, in the garden, over the hill, at exactly 7 p.m. without my umbrella. Now look at this, ate a mango. Okay. Now in all these sentences 1 to 5, you notice that there are no full stops at the end of each group of words. Why is that? That's because it's not a real sentence. Okay, let's find out why. The first one, ate a mango. There is a verb, but where on earth is the subject? There is no subject. And since it starts with the verb, okay, this is a verb phrase, okay, a group of words, okay, that do not make complete sense. They do not start with a capital letter or end with a full stop, and they either have a subject or a verb in it, but not both. Okay, they are called phrases. Okay, a phrase. Okay, it's not a complete sentence. All right, something or the other is missing in the group of words. So in the first one, we have ate a mango. The verb is there. Okay, so this is basically a verb phrase. Okay, in the next one, in the garden. Nothing, no information is given. There is no subject, there is no verb. This is a phrase. Over the hill. Again, no subject, no verb. It is a phrase. At exactly 7 p.m., there is absolutely no subject and there is no verb. Okay, without my umbrella. No subject, no verb, yet again. Now look at this. It's going more into more detail. Okay, ate a mango. Now this group of word has a verb but no subject. In this case, this is a verb phrase. Okay, in the garden. Again, no subject and no verb at all. Over the hill, no subject, no verb. So when a group of words do not make complete sense, do not express a complete thought, does not start with a capital letter, does not end with a full stop, does not have a subject nor a verb, or maybe has a subject, no verb, has a verb, no subject in it, it is called a phrase. All right? So we call these groups of words phrases. So you've seen the main difference between a sentence and a phrase. A sentence is a group of words which make complete sense or express a complete thought. A phrase is a group of words which do not make complete sense or do not express a complete thought. Okay? A sentence starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. A phrase does not start with a capital letter and does not end with a full stop. A sentence has a subject and a verb in it. A phrase does not have maybe not a subject but a verb and the rest of the words. It may have a verb but not the subject or the subject but not the verbs. Okay, the verb. Okay. So a phrase will not make complete sense. It will not have a subject, or maybe it will not have a verb. Okay? So let's see if we can identify the sentences and the phrases in the following sentences. Okay? The children miss school, flew over the nest, the little boy, the crows are cawing at the bus stop. Okay? Now I'm going to give you a few seconds so that you can figure it out for yourself. And of course, I will hang around and I will explain to you about each sentence. All right? So right now I'm having my daily dosage of lemon juice and water because it's supposed to be good for me. So I'm trying it out. So far, I've been having it for almost 3 weeks. I do feel a little better. And remember, children, 2 lemons per day, squeezed and made into lemon juice, probably with sugar. I have it with a little bit of salt. But if you have it with little bit of sugar, okay, and you have it, 2 lemons will provide you with enough vitamin C for the day. Okay. All right. Okay. So now, if you have read these groups of words, I'm sure you must have figured out what the sentences, which ones are the sentences and which ones are the verbs. Okay. So you finished with your deductions, right? What you have decided. Let's see what the answers are. If you got the first one and the fourth one and you found out that these are the sentences and you decided that these were the sentences, you were absolutely right. The children miss school. Why is it a complete sentence? You have the subject, the children, you have the verb, miss. The action of missing something is an action, it's a verb. Miss school. Okay, so as soon as you find out that it's a sentence, start the first word the with a capital letter, and after school you put a full stop, and there you have it. You have a sentence. Flew over the nest. Something's missing here. There's a verb, flew, but where on earth is the subject? In such a group of words, you will call it a verb phrase. Okay, because it contains the verb. It also contains over, which is basically an adverb, and the verb along with whatever else completes it forms the phrase. Okay, so this is a verb phrase. The little boy is. In this case, it's the subject only it doesn't make complete sense. Okay, this is basically a noun phrase because the main thing in this group of words is the noun. The crows are cawing. If you, like I said, this is a complete sentence, and if you guessed it, you're perfectly right. The crows is the subject, are is the helping verb, cawing is the main verb. Full stop. Your sentence is complete. At the bus stop. It's just a phrase because there is no subject, there is no verb. Okay, it's a phrase. Let's look at another group of sentences. The frightened animal was wet and cold. The girl is hungry. The mischievous monkeys and I waited at the library. Okay, now I'll give you a few seconds to figure out what is a complete sentence. Which are the complete sentences in this 5 sentences? So figure it out while I have my first sip of this. Oh, that tastes so good. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm sure you figured it out. Let's see what the correct answers are. The girl is hungry. The subject is the girl. Is the verb. A state of being is hungry. Okay? It's a complete thought, it's a complete sentence. The sentence, the word the starts with a capital letter and it ends with a full stop, the sentence. I waited at the library. I is the subject. The verb is waited at the library. So waited is the verb. So there's a subject, there's a verb. So you start I with a capital letter, waited at the library, full stop. I by itself, anyway, children, always remember this. In the middle of a sentence and in the beginning of a sentence, by itself, I will always be capitalized. Okay? Now look at the other words. The frightened animal. The frightened animal. This is a noun phrase. The noun phrase, it's also with its adjective, which is modifying it together. It doesn't have a verb in it. It is just a noun phrase. With the noun, it is a phrase. The second one, was wet and cold. This is a verb phrase. Okay? Was is the verb and it does not have a subject. This is a verb phrase. The mischievous monkeys, a noun phrase. Okay? It's got the noun, the group of words has the noun in it, a noun phrase. When a group of words has a verb in it along with the rest of the sentence, it is a verb phrase. Okay? Last set, I promise. Okay? So over the hill, it was warm and sunny. The sunny skies. She walked carefully, was eager to eat dinner. Was eager to eat dinner. Okay, so now I'll give you a few seconds to figure out what makes a complete sentence in these cases. Identify the complete sentences. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And time's up. Okay, so let's see if you got the correct answer. I'm sure you got the correct answer. Okay, let's explain how you got the correct answer, and I'm sure you've already figured it out. It was warm and sunny. What is the subject in the sentence? It is the subject. Was is the verb, the state of being. How was the day? It was warm and sunny, but was is the verb. Is, was, am, are, were, all these are verbs. Okay? She walked carefully. She is the subject, walked is the verb, and carefully is the word which is describing the way she walked. Basically, it's a complete sentence. So if you got these two right, a very big thumbs up to you because you got the correct answer. Now let's see over the hill. It is just a phrase. There's no subject, there's no verb. The sunny skies. This is a noun phrase. It just has a noun in it. There's nothing else. There's no verb. Was eager to eat dinner. It has only verbs in it and it does not have a subject, This is a verb phrase. Okay? So a sentence makes complete sense while a phrase does not. A sentence has both a subject and a verb, while a phrase may either have a subject or it may have a verb, but need not both of them together. Okay? Only a sentence starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. So a phrase, since it's not a complete sentence, cannot start with a capital letter and cannot end with a full stop. Okay? So that's all for this particular unit, Unit 1, which is sentences. All right. So now I'm going to just go through something else which I'd found when I was researching, making slides for you. And this is something called run-on sentences. Okay. It's not there in your grammar workbook, but you should know this because it's kind of a deeper exercise into really identifying what a subject what a sentence really is. So in a big jumbled up or in a group of words which just look like they go on endlessly, you can identify the separate sentences even though they are not separated by full stops, or you cannot identify them because there is nothing that shows that another sentence is started because there's no capital letter. These are called run-on sentences. Okay, so let me present that as well. So let's just go to run-on sentences. I think it's here. Okay. So I'll just go straight into this. This is really short and shouldn't take much time. Okay. So what is a run-on sentence? All right. A run-on sentence that contains multiple complete thoughts in one sentence. It looks like it's just going on and on and on. There's no end. Oh my God, how terrible that is when there's something without any end. Okay. It is called a run-on sentence. Okay, so I'll just show you some examples. Okay, now I ate a piece of cake. It was delicious. All right. Now let's say I don't even add the full stop. Okay, I ate a piece of cake. It was delicious. Now where does the sentence actually end? There's that. I'm sure it sounds weird, really weird. It doesn't. There are two thoughts in this sentence. Ate, delicious. Okay, something it doesn't there's nothing which joins the sentences together. It's like two sentences have been squashed together. You have to identify it. Let's look at the next one. Hari called me, he was sick. Something's off somewhere. Third one, my name is Dora, I'm 9 years old. My name is Dora, I'm 9 years old. Hari called me, he was sick. I ate a piece of cake, it was delicious. Something's off. You've already figured it out, I'm sure, but something is like really way off. Let's see. Aha, let's look at what is going on in this situation. I ate a piece of cake, it was delicious. It is a sentence. It starts with a capital letter, it ends with a full stop, but it looks like it's got more than one sentence in it, right? So here there are two ideas. What are the two ideas? Ate a piece of cake, it was delicious. Two ideas are in the sentence, but nothing joining them together. Okay. The first part has a subject and a verb. I ate a piece of cake. The second part also has a subject and a verb. It is the subject, was is the verb. Okay. So, what's going on here? So, how do we correct a run-on sentence? Now, supposing for the exam, I give you a run-on sentence and ask you to correct it. So, this is what you'll do. So simple. So simple. You can almost yawn while you're doing your corrections of run-on sentences because it is so super simple. The first idea or thought that's expressed, immediately put a full stop after that. And the next idea or thought that is expressed, start it with a capital letter and end it with a full stop. Okay, so that way you have two complete thoughts which are expressed, written in two separate sentences. What was wrong with the sentence? There were no punctuation marks, no capitalization of the second sentence with a capital letter. Okay, so it's simple. First, we read it carefully and separate the two ideas using a full stop. So separate the two ideas instantly by putting a full stop. So in this case, I ate a piece of cake, full stop. The second idea is it was delicious. So the second idea in a run-on sentence, you must capitalize the second sentence. Okay, or the second group of sentences, a group of words. And now we have two whole sentences. So Hari called me, he was sick. Hari called me. That's one idea. He was sick. That's another idea. So definitely these are two separate ideas. So let's separate the two ideas. Hari called me. Hari is the subject, called is the verb. At B, it makes a complete thought. Full stop after that group of sentences. He was sick is definitely another sentence. He is the subject, was is the verb. So we have to start a sentence with a capital letter, remember? So we will start he with a capital age. Okay, so let's fix the other sentences. My name is Dora, I'm 9 years old. You already know. This has been your answer you begin given to so many people you've been giving. What is your name, my dear? My name is Dora. And what is your name, sweetheart? My name is Sammy. Okay, you've been giving this answer your whole life ever since you could talk. Darling, how old are you? I'm 2 years old, mommy. Teacher asks you, how old are you, sweetheart? I'm 3 years old. You have been answering this question ever since you were really teeny tiny. So you already know that this is a complete sentence. My name is Dora. Full stop. The second idea expressed is her age. I am 9 years old. Okay, so I is a next sentence. I will start with a capital letter. So you fix the run on sentence. And it was, like I said, it was super simple. Okay, pretend you're Superman and you're doing this at super fast speed. Okay, I have a dog, his name is Cody, which is true. I do have a dog, full stop. His name is Cody is the second part of the sentence where his starts with a capital letter. Mohit has a garden, it is beautiful. What are the two ideas? Mohit has a garden. Mohit is the subject, has is the verb, a garden, full stop. The first sentence is identified. Now let's look at the second half of the sentence, which also has a subject and a verb. It is the subject, is the verb, and it is beautiful, full stop. It must start with a capital letter since it is a sentence. I draw well. Those paintings are mine. I is the subject, draw is the verb. How do you draw well? I draw well, full stop. Those paintings are mine. Another sentence. Those is the beginning of the sentence, will start with a capital T. So that is how you correct a run-on sentence. That is what a run-on sentence is, when it is like you're just going on and on. You're expressing so many ideas and thoughts without paying any heed to full stops and capital letters at the beginning of sentences, and you can fix it by yourself. Okay, so now I'm going to stop sharing. This is going to complete the unit. Okay. All right, so please watch the videos. Okay, this is the first unit, the sentence. My second video will be unit 2, which is kinds of sentences, and the third unit will be subject and predicate, okay, which I'll try to complete today, and I'll put it up on YouTube. All right, so bye children, have a lovely weekend. Talk to you later. Okay, bye bye.